good? What's good, people? What's happening? What's up, y'all? Another day above ground. We're thankful. We're grateful. Thank you, Lord. We are thankful. We're thankful. We're grateful. Who we got in the building? Greetings, 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 Kelly. I miss being a part of this amazing group. Mwah, 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 mwah. We're so happy you're here. We are so happy that you're here. We're happy you're here. We're happy you're here. Glad you're back. Glad you're back. Louisa says hello with the waving hand. How you doing? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Amen, Robin said. What's up, S. Tom? What's happening? What's happening? Tasha's in the building. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Is this the second one of October? Is it moving that fast? Oh my goodness. Oh my, amen. Iris says amen. Listen, y'all. It's a lot going on. We got to be thankful for every little bitty thing, right? We woke up, we was able to walk, we can see, we can talk, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste. We got activities of our limbs, our fingers, our toes. Come on now. Come on. You here? You looking at me with my wild self. You looking at me. It's a blessing. All of it. How y'all feeling out there? How we feeling? How was the day? How was the weekend? Was it good? Anything eventful happen? Anything fun you want to share? Anything going on that we should know? Any help? Anything? Nothing? We just here, Kelly. We just grateful. Right? You had a great weekend. I love it, Iris. I love you. Do anything fun? Anything fun? Lady, hello. Paula had a great weekend, a good weekend. Y'all do anything fun? Oh, praise dancing. Uh-oh. I love it. God is good all the time. He is good. You better say it. Listen, y'all. Listen. So much happened. Just work. Yeah, I'm with you. Same thing. Worked all weekend. But hey, listen, I'm grateful for that. Grateful for that. And I love what I do. So we feeling all right? Everybody feeling okay? Listen, we're going to talk about this place. Anybody figure out who the place is? Did y'all see the when I sent it out the cover? Could anybody guess who it is? Who has been declared? What company has been declared the CEO factory? They just create CEOs. They just say, hey, we creating it in here. We creating it. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about that. So yeah, welcome. If you're new to us, welcome. We are super excited that you are here. We are the most fantabulous community on the planet. Ain't that right, y'all? On the planet. And we just come in, we talk about all things related to career and workplace and environments at work. And we share, for those that are new, topics, questions, Q&A, all that good stuff. We do that right here. And we are specifically designed for those that are age 50 years of age and older. Right? We got our own little community here. And we do all that every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to us, welcome. We're so glad you're here. And make sure, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss every time that we go live. All right? So let's get into it. We're talking about, there's a secret company. Okay. Anybody guess who this company is? This company produces leaders for a lot of the corporations and companies that you all know and love. You all know and love. Hey, Facebook user, who is that? That's either Tivia, Tom, or Susan. I know I'm right. Watch when they put the name. I'm going to be right. It's either Tivia, Tom, or Susan. I know the community. All right, we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. IG, if you want to come over to YouTube, I'm going to shut you down because otherwise, when I start going, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, right? And I don't want to forget about y'all. So come on over to YouTube. I'll meet you over there. Once you get over there, say, hey, Kelly, I'm here. All right. I'll see you in a second. Bye. I knew it was Tom. I knew it was one of y'all. I knew it was. See. I know y'all. All right, let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into this. Let's go. Got a lot to cover, so we're going to do that right now. All right, I'm going to share my screen and I'll be checking for questions. Y'all know I can't see you, but you can see me. So I'll tackle anything, any questions or anything after we get through the presentation. All right. All right, we are up and let me make sure you all can see. I got my, oh, Lakeisha said Chick-fil-A. Look who it is. I should have had I should have took a guess. I should have took a poll before. It's Pepsi. Tonight, we're going to talk about how PepsiCo creates leaders. This is going to be an overview of how PepsiCo develops leaders within the company. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this tonight is because I know some of us, right, we're in the fourth quarter. We're heading around the curve to 2024. We may be thinking about elevating in our careers with our companies or without, and maybe moving somewhere else. Doesn't have to be PepsiCo, but just in case we want to take it to the next level, right? Here's some of the attributes, characteristics, and some of the things that PepsiCo has put in place, and they are known, right, for creating CEOs. So let's see how they do that. Let's go. So I know we all know who Pepsi is, but just in case, I didn't want to give you an overview of who Pepsi is, but let's look at some of the fun facts for PepsiCo. Did you know that it was once called Brad's drink because it was invented by a man named Caleb Davis Bradham? The original recipe for Pepsi, Brad's drink, included a mixture of sugar, water, caramel, lemon oil, nutmeg, cola nuts, and a few other ingredients. Fun fact number 3, Brad's drink was renamed as Pepsi Cola because Bradham believed it helped reduce indigestion. Fun fact number 4, during the Great Depression, Pepsi made it through by selling 12-ounce bottles for the same price as their competitors' 6-ounce bottles for 5 cents, y'all. As a result, their profits doubled. Pretty smart. Fun fact number 5, Pepsi was the first soft drink company to use 2-liter bottles. Y'all remember the 2 liters? That was a big deal. I'm really dating myself. How many of y'all remember the 2-liter bottle when it came out? 2-liter bottle when it came out. Ooh, y'all. We really got some wisdom. Fun fact number 6, in Japan, Pepsi flavors have included azuki bean, strawberry, milk, Shisco, cucumber, boa tree fruit, yogurt, and salty watermelon. The company has experimented with different flavors in different markets around the world and has offered limited edition holiday flavors. Anybody tasted any one of these? Wow, salty watermelon. That's some. Fun fact number 7, PepsiCo has nearly 500 patents, including one for tennis rackets. Fun fact number 8, Pepsi-Cola was the first American product to be manufactured, marketed, and sold in the Soviet Union. Last 2, fun fact number 9, Pepsi commercials have starred celebrities including Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, and Sofia Vergara. Y'all remember Michael Jackson's hair catching on fire? I remember that when I was going through creating this. And the last fun fact is that over the last 122 years, there have been over 11 Pepsi logos. Now, here's some of the milestones for Pepsi, and we're going to get into the leadership, but I wanted to, just for those, just in case, I know we got people all over, just in case we don't know anything about Pepsi, let's learn a little bit. Key milestones: in 1898, Pepsi-Cola founded by Caleb Bradham in North Carolina. In 1932, Frito-Lay, founded by Charles Doolin, introduced Fritos corn chips. They said in 1965, PepsiCo formed through the merger of Pepsi-Cola and Frito-Lay. In 1965, it became PepsiCo. I wasn't even born yet. Look at that. Now, here's the acquisition under the leadership of the CEO, Donald Kendall, and President Herman Lay. PepsiCo rapidly expanded in the 60s and 70s through strategic acquisitions. Major brands that they acquired during this period included Pizza Hut in 1977, Taco Bell in 1978, and KFC in 1986. These acquisitions allowed PepsiCo to diversify into the fast food market and establish itself as a major player in the restaurant industry. Now, this didn't come without any challenges for Pepsi. They had intense competition, as you can imagine. It faces competition from major companies like Coca-Cola, Nestle, and Unilever. Changing consumer preferences. We change what we like, right? Our palates change over time. Consumers have become more health conscious, and PepsiCo has had to adapt with healthier options. Now, this is a company that thinks about the consumer, thinks about how consumers change over time, right? They have had some supply chain issues. PepsiCo's large and complex supply chain can be challenging to manage. Sustainability concerns. PepsiCo aims to reduce its environmental footprint, but faces challenges in areas like water use. And then, of course, health impact criticisms. They face some criticisms over the health impacts of its sugary drinks and snacks. So they have had decades of criticism from environmentalists regarding negative impacts in the supply chain, like deforestation and pesticide use. They have been ranked among top plastic pollution offenders due to packaging waste, and then questions about their transparency around environmental commitments and progress. Skeptics question if public comments on reducing impact include transparency and evidence of real progress. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I know there'll be people that'll watch this, whether it's the replay or now currently, that may think about going into Pepsi. I don't want to paint a picture that's not whole, right? So I'm just sharing some of this with you, and let's paint a holistic view of PepsiCo, okay? Now, their response to the criticism and challenges before we get into the leadership is this. In 2015, they committed to transitioning 250,000 acres of sustainable sourcing. In 2016, it joins RE100 and commits to 100% renewable electricity. In 2018, it sets science-based emissions reduction target. In 2020, it launched PEP Plus Sustainability Transformation with net zero goal. In 2021, it joined Zero Hunger Pledge with $100 million commitment. And in 2021, they won an award for inaugural terracotta seal at the COP26. And here's some of the impact, right? Attracting top talent. They have a purpose-driven initiative to help attract and retain the right talent. They didn't just say talent, the right talent. By reaching consumers, PepsiCo's actions allow it to reach consumers in a more meaningful way. Consumers develop a stronger emotional connection and passion for PepsiCo's brand based on its sustainability actions. So everything they've been doing looks like it's working, right? Business leadership. This is what we're going to talk about today. PepsiCo and other businesses showing leadership on climate change was welcomed at COP26. They have the climate commitments. PepsiCo Net Zero and other environmental commitments provide momentum for governments to act. And then they have what they consider their mantra, which is growth within planetary boundaries. PepsiCo's purpose-driven strategy enables growth while operating sustainably within planetary boundaries. And again, this is the award that they won. Prince Charles Sustainable Markets Initiative spearheaded the inaugural 2021 Terracotta Seal, awarded to 45 global companies leading the clean energy revolution, including PepsiCo. So they've had some challenges, some criticism, but they have been working on it, and they ended up winning an award in 2021. So let's get to it. Let's talk about their leadership, right? We know a little bit about them now. Let's talk about the leadership, right? How are they creating these CEOs? What are they doing? How are they doing this? Let's look at it. This is how. Currently, 16 Fortune 500 CEOs have at some point worked at PepsiCo, making the company one of the most proficient leadership development corporations. So proficiency, that's one reason. The other the other way that they're doing this is it's proven. They're a 57-year-old company that has established a proven program that focuses on developing high performers within the company. That includes training programs, mentorship opportunities, and more. Now, I'm going to pause for a second. If you all remember a couple, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did a whole session on hypos. Y'all remember that? High performers. Now, if this interests you, elevating and getting into leadership and becoming a high performer, or wondering if you're on the list, we talked about this extensively about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you can check that out on YouTube. But this is indicative of a high performer. Okay. So the other thing I want to point out here is that 57-year-old company established a proven program. So it's important to them if they've been doing this for 5 decades. That's something to keep in mind when you're thinking about companies. Think about your company. Do they have a leadership? Let's start there. Do they have a leadership program in place? Are they so intentional about producing leaders that they're going to continue to do it until they get it right? Right? Something to think about. The other thing is 16 Fortune 500 previously worked at PepsiCo. CEOs of some of America's largest companies, including Target, McDonald's, and Visa, have at least one thing in common, according to a Fortune report. They all worked at PepsiCo for a time. PepsiCo has a strong track record of developing top business leaders through its leadership training and development programs. So we looked at the how. Let's look at why they do this. Why do you do this, PepsiCo? Why do you do this, Pepsi? They do this because they invest in employee development. So you don't have to even come in as a leader. They invest in you when you get in the door. They have a focus on investing in employee development and leadership training. They identify high performers. PepsiCo identifies highly performing employees called hypos. That sound familiar, you all? And provides intense development. Intense, you all. Global assignments. We talked about this last week. This is what you get in the community, right? We talked about this last week. Working globally. Development includes assignments around the globe for hypos. They have clear advancement paths. How many of you have been thinking about your career paths and it's kind of murky and you're not quite sure? They have clear paths. PepsiCo provides clear paths for advancement to its employees. Through its talent development system, PepsiCo builds leaders from within by identifying and investing in high potential employees. So you got to be a high potential, right? So let's look at who. Let's look at the who, right? When we talk about identifying high potential employees, and again, go back if you want to know more about hypos. We did an extensive talk. I also sent an email out to those that are on my email list. You can go to imkellyjackson.com and grab one of those free downloads, and that'll put you on the email list. I did an extensive email and I did a session on hypos. So if you want to become a high potential person or employee and on the list, this is what that is. So they say that we're going to identify high potential employees. This is how we're going to do it. They use their performance reviews to identify high potential employees who demonstrate strong leadership skills. They have personality tests. HR administers personality tests to determine which employees have the right traits to take on leadership roles. Well-rounded experience. Now, y'all know we talk about this when I talk about your resumes and your LinkedIn profiles. Well-rounded. You think about stuff that you think that shouldn't go on there. And I'm telling you, put it on there. Put it on there. Hypos gain experience across different business units and geographies to prepare them for executive roles. Some of you work already with distributed teams. They're distributed all over the globe. And you just think you're going to work every day and you're working with that person in Japan or you're working with that person in the UK, and you don't have it on your resume. You don't even have it on your LinkedIn profile, right? We talked about being a global society now. Special opportunities. Hypos get opportunities for further education, mentoring, and challenging assignments to develop their skills. I like this about Pepsi. How many of you work in companies right now where they They offer you assignments to develop your skills, right? They get opportunities for further education, mentoring, and challenging assignment. I know Robin does. Robin used hers from her company to invest in herself for the prompt engineer course that I shared about a month or two ago, right? So if you all get these opportunities to invest in yourself, don't think nobody's looking. I'm telling you, I know what I'm telling you what I know. Room to fail. This is my favorite. Hypos are given space to fail and learn from their mistakes before reaching the CEO level. I have worked in so many companies, and I'm thinking of one right now where they point out your faults, and you had a target on you, a label on you for your mistake. Forget about everything that you've done right. How many of you have worked in companies like that? Anybody in the chat have worked in companies like that where they don't think about all that you've done, but the minute you make a mistake, oh boy, you're going to be remembered for that mistake for a long time. I worked in a company like that. It was horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Horrible feeling. But here it says hypo, they're given space to fail. So it looks like there's teachable moments, there's coachable moments, right? You learn from failures. You should be allowed to have space to grow. I know I know y'all have too. I know you have. And clear advancement paths. While not explicitly told, hypos are groomed and developed to clearly advance into leadership positions. Now, this is a cool thing. What do y'all think about this? They're not told. So if Stacey's there at Pepsi and she's working, she's a high performer, she's contributed on a high level, she's knocking it out the park, and they're saying, hey, Stacey, you want to work over in Aruba for a couple of months? We got this project. Stacey says, sure, and goes over there. She's being groomed and doesn't know it, right? So when you turn things down, and I've made the mistake, that's why I'm sharing with y'all. Don't do like I did. I made this mistake a couple times just because I was very introverted, very shy. I want you to leave me alone. Let me do my work. I didn't realize that there was grooming and development going on. This is when I was very naive to corporate and politics and things like that, right? So if that's happening to you, think about it. Think about the why. And so another way that they develop their future leaders, they have training programs that we just talked about, and they go through and they assess the completion rate. So not only are they, great for just having the doggone training program, right? They want you to complete it, and then they assess the rate, right? Then the mentorship satisfaction rate. How many of us were told about mentors? We had to learn about them. About mentors, right? It wasn't something that was really relevant in our era, right? It wasn't something we sought after. We're just now really learning about mentors and the importance of having someone that has expertise in the area, or a coach or something to that effect, so that it can shorten your learning curve. And so seeking out mentors, I know there's college, kids in college who seek out mentors and get mentorship, but they have it embedded in the company, right? And then they have a satisfaction rate, challenging global assignments taken. Now, I would love, give me a global assignment. How many of y'all with me? Give me a global assignment, right? Employees allowed to take risks. We talked about how important that is. Let's look at the PepsiCo way, and then we'll talk about this. So here's the way that they do this. They identify natural leaders. Just naturally, you're born to be a leader. Some of you know that naturally you lead, right? You're a leader. All of us are leaders. All of us are leaders. We lead our families, we lead our kids. Sometimes we lead our coworkers. We're all leaders, right? PepsiCo looks for high potential employees, but does not tell them about their status directly. They're given opportunities. Hypos are given chances to take on challenging global assignments, as we just shared. They're allowed to fail. This secretive approach, though, allows natural leaders to emerge organically within PepsiCo. I do like that. I do like that, y'all. I do like that. Just organically. There's no pressure. It's not like you're fast tracked and you got to do this. They're watching you organically and how you move. I kind of like it. What do y'all think? I kind of like that. And then here's a succession plan I wanted to share with you also about the CEOs, because I'm going to show you a video in a second. The first one in 1971, PepsiCo CEO Donald Kendall joined PepsiCo this is just showing how they get to the CEO level, right? In 71, CEO Donald Kendall joined PepsiCo as a sales rep. In 1983, Roger Enrico joined PepsiCo as a brand assistant and became CEO in 1996. In 2001, Indra Nooyi joined PepsiCo in 1994 and became CEO in 2006. Now, she's a mentor in my head. I'm going to share with you, she's going to share some leadership traits for us in a second. Now, I love this phrase here, a culture of mentorship. And I want to pause here because this is important. Being in an environment, you all, is super, super important. It's super important because your environment will dictate a lot of the actions that you take. I don't know about you all, but I relocated, some of you know, from my hometown in Illinois, and I came down south to Atlanta. Had I stayed in that environment, I know what the people are, they're doing the same thing, most of them, right, back home than what they were doing when I left. So environment is super, super important. Super important. I know you all know this, right? Who you surround yourselves with, who's feeding you, who's in your ear, what are you watching? What's going in all of your gates, your ear gate, your eye gate? What are the things that you are consuming? Having a culture of mentorship. This is one of the things we're doing in our Discord inside of our secret success community. If you're not in there, highly, highly encourage you to come in. We're creating a culture there that's a safe space, right? And it doesn't matter what you do. It's so important. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to create that, so that we can create our own culture. So upper management mentors high potential. So it's a given, y'all. It's just a given. Alumni pay it forward at other companies. They mentor others at other companies. Isn't that great? There's mentorship opportunities. They develop leaders. I just think that's amazing. I think it's super amazing. So here's the difference with Pepsi. Here's the best practices for successfully developing leaders in your organization. I just took this here. Now, if I were writing down, if I was taking notes about the ways to make myself elevate into a leadership role, or how to make myself more visible as a leader, here's the notes that I would take at this point in this presentation as we're wrapping up. Here's the difference. PepsiCo's culture focuses intensely on developing high potential employees into leaders through, here's the first one, challenging on-the-job experiences. Currently where you work, how many times have you raised your hand for on-the-job experience? Whatever that looks like for you. There has been several initiatives throughout your organization throughout this year. How many times have you raised your hand for that? There's been programs, there's been things happening, right? Throughout your company. Think about your company, think about this year, think about March, think about first quarter, think about May, think about things that were happening that you could have gotten involved in. And you want to become a leader. Now, this is only, maybe you don't, maybe you don't. The second thing I would write down is mentorships. Again, we talked about coaches. We talked about people with a level of expertise to get you to that next level, to shorten your learning curve. Now we are in a digital age where there's a lot of experts out in the marketplace, and you have to decipher who knows what, right? But there is an opportunity out there. Everybody's not trying to scam you. There's some people with some good information. We didn't have this when we were coming up, you all. We didn't have this. Take advantage of it. Don't let this year go by. I'm going to challenge you right now. Right now. The time is now. Right now. I'm going to challenge you before this year ends. I'm going to challenge you to either to invest in yourself, get a mentor, or just develop yourself. Like I always share Robin because she always does this, right? She invested in herself, right? And I know she's not the only one. I challenge you because I know you take care of everybody else. I know you all do. And if you're not comfortable right now with like looking for a mentor, just find something, a skill or something where you can take a certificate or get a certificate or something. I encourage you because I know Some have gone years without investing in themselves. Let me look at y'all. Let me come out of this. So the second, I'm gonna get back on that though. I ain't done. I know you want me to be. I ain't done. Training programs. Write that down. Training programs. Right. There's a lot of things for free. If you're in the community, if you're in the Discord, I'll be dropping some of that in a few days. I'm gonna drop some free certifications, programs, all that. I got a ton of them. They're trying to get rid of a lot of this stuff. They have to use their budget at the end of the year. So make sure IamKellyJackson.com. Hit that link where it says the Secret Society and you're in. That's the third one, training programs. The fourth one, opportunities to take calculated risk. Now, I know we get a little scared. I get it. I get it. I get it. We're not accustomed to all this moving around. Things are happening really fast. I know. It's scary. We don't typically move this fast, and you're not accustomed to moving this fast. But I don't want you to get left behind, because it will happen, and it's happening. So calculated risk. Let me tell you something. Every day, every single day, you're taking a calculated risk. When you get in your car, you're taking a risk. You're taking a risk. When you eat out, you're taking a risk. Do not let your age or whatever you're thinking in your head that you got to start over, or somebody told you you can't do this, or their job description says that. Let's start taking some risk. You got this. You got this. And you know it because you're here, right here. The last one, learn from failure. Learn from failure. Don't beat yourself up. When stuff happens, I told my daughter, give herself 24 hours and then forget about it. Move on. Keep going. 24 hours. I'll let you feel sad about it. 24 hours. And then you dust yourself off and you keep going. Learn from it, though. Learn from failure. All right? This process begins by identifying standout employees and providing them tailored development to equip them for leadership roles. So this is how they start. This is their difference. This is what sets them apart from other corporations, all right? So if we were writing things down on how do I get started doing something like this, Kelly, I just want to become a leader. I want to go ahead and get the skills now. I'm going to take this fourth quarter and I'm going to start working on some things. I'm going to take these and I'm going to work on one of these, right? I'm going to work on one of these on the job experiences. I'm going to look for a mentor. I'm going to take a training program. I'm going to find opportunities to take some risk in my career because I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to lose what I have. And I want to gain more skills. I want to learn more things. I don't want to just sit there and be repetitive and be monotonous in the same thing every day and day. I'm not growing. I'm not feeling challenged, right? I want to learn from my mistakes. I'm not going to sit there and think because my boss said I'm no good or I'll never be anything. Let me learn for what I did. And then I'll take it from there. I'll take it from there. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Did we learn something? We always want to walk away. We always want to know that we learned something. Did we learn something? That's right. That's right. What's up, Liz? That's it. That's it. Diverse is great. Now, that's a great point. What y'all see what Elizabeth said? Get a diverse group of mentors. And that's an excellent point. And I'm thinking diversity in a lot of different ways, Liz. So not only having a mentor inside of your company, it's also having a mentor outside of your company, right? Now, again, I wish I would have known this. Nobody told me. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue. There were people that I looked up to and that I would have, because I like to learn, but I didn't walk up to them either, right? So I can't blame them, but I was really ignorant when it came to politics and the whole corporate experience. And it was, I won't say it was too late, but when I did learn about it, I'm like, oh, that's how this works. Oh, you were with that person. That's how you got that role. Oh, and when it was being done to me, I was too much of, I'll say fear. I'm not even going to label it because I wouldn't even, I want y'all to see, I want y'all to see, I'm going to say fear. Because I told y'all about the time I was in the conference room and the VP, right? She and I were really close and she was up in the thing. I told y'all the story for those that are new. For those that are old, y'all heard the story. For those that are new, we were in a conference room and I was a mic runner. I just held the mic and I was in the back, right? That everybody was facing the front, listening to the speakers. She got up to introduce whatever the lunch and learn was about. I was in the back, just leaning up against the thing with the speaker with my microphone. And she was getting ready, I thought she was just getting ready to introduce the doggone topic of the day. And she said, "Where's Kelly? Kelly, can you tell us about passive candidates?" And everybody's head turned. And y'all know I was like as red as his pen because I didn't see it coming. But I figured out really, really quickly this was her way of pushing me and nudging me out front, pushing me and nudging me. And I had several people. I told you all that I'm friends with one of the CTOs over at Capital One because I hired him when we were at another company, right? All of this to say, you all, I didn't know when I was connecting and meeting, and because of what I was doing, I didn't know how to nurture those relationships. I don't want y'all to do that. I don't want y'all to do that. So to Liz's point, I know I got a little off track. I know what she meant by diverse, but also internal and external. And then it could be diversity of ethnicity. You can have a mentor that's in different areas. If you work in marketing, it's okay to have a mentor that's in, I don't know, government, right? It's the different perspective. That's just a great point I wanted to get on. Hey, Ange. Paula said, get a mentor unlike yourself that will challenge and provide you with a diverse point. Exactly. That's really great, y'all. That's really great advice. I will write that down, y'all. That's really good. Sandra said, this is the third discussion around the importance of mentorship and leadership development that I've been a part of in the last 4 days. I think it's time to find a mentor. Sandra, you know them signs. You know them signs. You know them signs. You know those signs, right? God telling you, he got something for you. Listen, take heed, take heed. It's nice to know a company has your back. Like I know, I thought the same thing. And Pepsi don't know I'm doing this, y'all. I ain't got no tie to them at all. I just thought it was really cool. As I started digging, it's like going through album crates looking for albums and stuff. I started finding stuff out about them. I'm like, you know what? Let me share this. I think this is amazing. It's amazing. I was telling somebody that I'm actually mentoring. I wrote the recommendation for her PhD, and I was sharing this with her. I'm like, hey, maybe go this way, What else y'all saying? Hey, Stace. Hey, Susie Q. Sandra said, my organization has a leadership program, but you currently have to be in a mid-level role. Positions like mine don't qualify to participate. Well, then if you like the organization, let's see what we have to do to get to that role. Yeah. Tom said the cola wars of the age. You remember, Tom? Yeah, we dating ourselves, Tom. I don't know, Clifford. I don't know. Now I do know that they have I say hi, Clifford. I'm so rude. Hi, Clifford. You know what I was thinking about when I was reading it, and it was naming all the different flavors of the drink. There's Coca-Cola World here in Atlanta. So I do know they have all that. I know they have, and Coke is everywhere. Aren't they bigger than Pepsi? Or are they the same thing? Because they're in Chick-fil-A, Lakeisha? Oh, you're talking about the leadership program. You're right. They do have a program, and it's really good. I think I heard it's stringent. It's strict, but I think I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it any other way. I don't know though, Clifford. I don't know if they do. Latasha said, how do we know this is true? Is there data support? Which claim, Latasha? Let me know which claim you're talking about. Did I hit everybody? What did y'all think? Clifford said, how would you approach doing training programs? I've seen some like SaaS training or ServiceNow, but they're not oriented towards the field or positions that interest me. Well, then I would go in you might have to go in a different direction. But if you're interested in SaaS training or ServiceNow, you can take those separately if you just want to learn about them. I'll tell you one, Clifford, that you might be interested is Salesforce. They have a lot of excellent training. And I have so much information. If you're in the Discord, y'all, get in the Discord, first of all. If y'all not in there, this is our secret society. That's where I'm dropping all of this information. I have a ton of it. So I will be putting some trainings in there, Clifford. But I would think about how would you approach them? I think I would have to start with what it is you want to, what you're interested in. I would start there. What is it that you're interested in? And then I would go into training, think about training in that area that I'm interested in, let me know and I'll see if I can help you as well. Camille said, yes, we absolutely have. I finished up Udemy course on a generative. All right. I signed up for Coursera and another course on Allison. I use ChatGPT at work on purpose every day. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. I love that. Janelle, you tardy. Hold your hand out. Hold your hand out. Hey girl, where you been? Where you been at? Susan said, why don't companies talk about mentoring programs? I wish I could have had the opportunity to take advantage. I know. I feel the same way, Susie Q. I feel the same way. It's like, I don't know, because I want to be honest, I had no clue. I came from a small town, just the girl next door thing. I had no clue. And I'm thinking about this guy who I worked with, and he would talk about his mentor all the time. And I guess I was just too shy or whatever. I don't even know if I want to call it shy. Maybe I didn't even know to ask him, like, how did you find him or whatever. But he would talk about him often and say, my mentor this and my mentor that. And I would just be like, that's amazing. But secretly inside, I'm like, I wish I had one, and you all hear me often talk about, and I say, this person is a mentor in my head because I had to make people my mentors. Like when I moved to Atlanta, my bishop, my first, he was my mentor. Like that's just how, I just made people in my head and I learned. And y'all saw I had all these books. That's how I learned. But now I have a budget and I pay extensively because it's that important to me. And I love it. I love learning new stuff. And it just, how your mind and you like, oh, I never knew that. It's like a whole world opens up. And that's why I was talking about, and I'm gonna share this video with y'all in a second. That's why I was talking about I love the culture. What did it say, y'all? The culture of mentorship. That phrase, let's write that down, y'all. Let's write that down. The culture of mentorship. That's what we can create also in our community. If you come into the Discord, I keep talking about it because I want y'all to come in there. It's free. It's free also. But if you come in there, if you come into the community, you can pick a role. One of them, let me show you, because I know y'all. I know y'all. I know y'all. Listen, if you come in here, you pick your role. Some of you want to mentor. There's so many, there's so much experience that people have, right? Why keep it to yourself? Why not share it? That's what I decided. Why share it? What am I do with it? Give it to people that want it, that need it. Right? Share the information. Become a mentor. Should we do that, y'all? Should we have that? I think we should have a mentorship thing. I think we should have a mentorship thing. Let me share this with y'all real quick. So when you come, you go to iamkellyjackson.com. The very first button, it says Secret Society. Click the button, you in. It's easy peasy. It's so easy. Listen, you're going to pick. Let me show you real quick. I'm going to show you and then I'm going to play this video. I promise. When you come in, there's an onboarding setting because we want you to be set up. We want you to be onboarded. We want you to feel welcome. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed, right? It's going to ask you questions. What do you want to get out of the community? Right? Oh, this is in preview. I can't show y'all. My bad. Anyway, it's going to look like this, and it's going to give you an option to select a role you want to take. The other thing is, since I'm here, how do I get out of here? Let me go back. Since I'm here, once you get in, I just created also some events that we're having, and this is a little off topic, but on the 16th, we're doing a monthly money-making Monday, and then we're having Pitch and Propel, and I'll explain these are just days for me to explain what these will look like, but great opportunities will be in here. You all do not want to miss these. You don't want to miss it. All right, I'm done with that. Let me see what y'all saying. So the culture, right, of mentorship, your environment, the only reason why I pulled that up and showing it to you is free. I'm paying for the platform. There's nothing in there for sale, right? It's totally free. The culture of mentorship, and the reason why it's important, because I didn't have it, and a lot of you didn't either. And a lot of you have ideas and say what you want to do and what you would do, right? This is me doing the same thing. If I get the opportunity, I want to create an environment in a space so that we can learn and glean from each other. It's so important. The people in your circle right now, if their conversation is not edifying you, it's not serving you, it's not benefiting you, it may be time. Right? It may be time. It may be time. And I'm going to get off that. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh, Tasha, I love it. Let's do it. Let's create a mission statement. I'm giving that to you, Tasha. Create our mission statement. Tasha gonna create it. I love that idea. I love it. Tasha gonna give us a mission statement. Tasha said, I believe some of these companies have their mentoring program for certain people that they see possibility. Now, they did say that, and they were very clear. You notice that they did say that. First of all, right? I don't want y'all to miss that part. They said high potentials get the opportunity for the leadership program. So first, you got to be a high potential. And remember, I broke that down. What does it mean in high potential? And about a month ago, was it y'all? About a month ago? Hey, Linson, about a month ago or so, y'all, we did a hypo thing. And if you're on the email list, I sent a whole email about hypos. So first, we got to be the hypo. Sonia, that's something that we can work on, right? First, be the hypo, then elevate. And Pepsi isn't the only one, y'all. I just really like I really like the program. And here's what I like about it. The results, right? The results. All these people, everybody can't be wrong. All these people worked at Pepsi. Just show me the results. If you got something that you shared or whatever, let me see the results. I like the results. Jackie, what's up, Jackie? Hey, folks, started to the party. Hand waving. That's okay. Angela said, I was a mentor to young professionals in corporate because of my tenure and experience while they were educated and were pedigree and Ivy League status. I groomed them for boardroom etiquette. I love it. And you could teach that y'all. Would y'all love to learn about that? I don't know if Angela, I'm just putting you on the spot, Angela. I've already made you a teacher. Maybe Angela could teach us some boardroom etiquette. Could we put that in the community? Would y'all like that in the community? Who was at the launch last week? Anybody in the comments was last week during our launch? What did y'all think about it? Those that were there. So what was it, y'all? Thursday, we did our first welcome launch inside the community. Who was there? Did y'all enjoy it? We got to talk to each other. Y'all get to hear me talk. But actually, we got to talk to each other. Okay, Tosh, you'll do it. Thank you. Elizabeth said, it helps to get a mentor from a sister company in another state because some feel threatened. That's a great idea. I think that's an excellent idea. Are you in the community? Because you need to be dropping some of these gems in there. That's an excellent opportunity. That's similar to what I tell some of my clients that go for instance, if I wanted to work at, y'all know how much I talk about LinkedIn and how I wanted to, and I was making moves so I can work at LinkedIn, but then Jeff Weiner stepped down, and then I was like, forget it. So then a thought would be, who's a competitor of LinkedIn? Would I want to go there, but they don't have any competition? So that would be a thought. That's another way to think. That's another thing to write down, right? Angela laughing at me. See, Angela said, yeah, y'all better hold her to it. Because I put it on the calendar. I don't mind putting it on the calendar. Angela go teach us some business etiquette. See, Clifford was at the launch. The launch was good. That's good. Yes, I am. Oh, wow. Yeah. And you know what? I don't even know, Clifford, if we were able to record it. I didn't see a button. We tried, y'all. We tried. Susan said, yes. What did I ask y'all? I forgot. Paula, what did I say? What did I say, y'all? Angela said, my project will be completed by the end. Awesome. Paula said, I did not know about my company's formal mentoring program. I sent an email to a VP and asked if we could meet once monthly for less than 30 minutes so he could help me navigate my career. I love that, Paula. I love the fact that you're taking action and that you're leveraging what you have in your company. Some of us have it. You may have it, you all. You may have it in your company already. And do like Paula did. She reached out. She said she She sent an email to a VP, and she wanted to meet once a month, right, for less than 30 minutes. I think that's amazing. I think, listen, y'all, any way you can shorten your learning curve, if somebody has a level of expertise in something, right? I paid somebody for something I needed. I needed a little bit of information about. I didn't. He told me maybe one sentence. I was like, oh, paid him a lot of money for 3 weeks to help me, but it was one sentence. I got it now, forever, forever. So we got to look at the way that we think about investing in things and think about, is it going to change? Because this absolutely it's just like when you're hanging a picture and you just need a little bitty nail, right? It's not a big thing, it's not a big deal, but it will change everything for you. So don't neglect investing in yourself. We take care of a lot of people. We take care of our employers, the people we work for. Some of us are family and family members, but we hardly ever. I know y'all don't, because right, but I'm intent. I posted something on my stories the other day that Deion Sanders said, and it was said maybe it was meant for us to give out love because we will never get the love in return or something like that as much as we put out or something like that. And I'm like, that hit me really hard. But it's okay because I don't mind giving and giving. Some people are just natural, just natural. And it fulfills me to do that. Right. Let's see. I thought the same thing. Oh, you thought about Salesforce. I think that would be good for you. I think that would be good for you. And they have a lot of they got a lot of, they're expensive, but there's some other ways around that, Clifford. You got to remind me, but I can drop it in there. All right, y'all, let me show you this video real quick. Let me show you this video. This is the former CEO of PepsiCo. Again, I've been following her for some time. She's like Jeff Weiner to me. And I just like her a lot. So she's gonna share with us and then we'll wrap up, okay? Let's see.
One last question. So this is from at Upper Valley Mom. Good handle. Would love to know what skills or experiences Andrew would suggest as essential for future leaders.
Oh, great question. I've always talked about my 5 C's model, and let me talk about them again. The first is competency. I think anybody who wants to be a future leader should have a hip pocket skill that everybody looks at and says XYZ is the go-to person for that skill. Because unless you're really known for something, and not just as a generalist, you don't stand out from the pack. But in order to be competent at something, you've got to be a lifelong student, because you've got to constantly refine your knowledge of that subject so that you remain ahead and abreast of everything that goes on in that field first. The second, I'd say, is courage and confidence. It's a pair. You can be very, very competent, but if you're not willing to speak out, if you're not willing to have the confidence based on your knowledge, what's the point, right? You just roll over. So courage and confidence are very important. The third is communication skills. You cannot overinvest in communication skills, written and oral communications, because as a leader, you constantly have to mobilize the troops. I can tell you, when I first came to the United States, I used to debate and I used to be on debating teams. I used to speak so fast because culturally I grew up in an environment where people spoke very fast. Fortunately, Yale had a requirement that unless you passed the communications course, you couldn't graduate from the first year to the second year in business school. I flunked the first time I took the communications course. So over summer, I took it again, which was the best thing that happened, because I learned to sync my brain with my output from my mouth. And so I started to slow down what I was saying. Huge difference. So I encourage all of you, invest in communication skills, critically important. The fourth skill, I'd say, is consistency. It's important that leaders are consistent. You can change your mind, but change your mind against a consistent framework. Because if you're not consistent, people are always second guessing what you're doing. So be consistent. And the last skill is your compass. Integrity is critical in this job. You can be competent, you can be courageous, have confidence, be a great communicator, be consistent. But if you don't have integrity, that compass doesn't point true north, everything comes crashing down, as we've seen in recent times. So again, it's the 5C model, and that's what I've operated against for all my life.
The 5C model, y'all. The 5C model. I love the fact that competence in.
Hi, I'm Mauro Porcini, PepsiCo's Chief Designer.
All righty. I love the fact that she paired competence and confidence. Because I talk to a lot of people often, and I hear often that I know I can do the job. I don't understand why I'm not getting the promotion. Why won't they pay me more? Or why am I not getting callbacks from this job? I know I can get the job. And sometimes we think and we focus so much on our competence, but coupled with that, you need the confidence. I am very competent in talent acquisition and recruiting and talking about resumes and LinkedIn. I know I'm competent in that, but I have to have a confidence to get up in front of you all and share and talk about and say, ask me anything without looking at notes because I don't know what you're going to say, or to talk to and educate a CIO on why they're not picking this software developer because he didn't have a degree in computer science, but he's had all of these projects on GitHub, right? You have to have the confidence coupled with your competence. So if you're asking yourself, why aren't they calling me? Or why didn't I get a call back from that interview? I did a panel interview and I got nothing back. Or I went for that internal role and I didn't get selected. They have to see the confidence so that they can be sure, just like you looking at me, you have to be sure I know what the heck I'm talking about. Somebody asked in the comments, how do we know this is true? What data? I'm not sure what you were asking about. I can't remember. How do we know that? Those are important questions. You just don't take things for face value. Remember earlier I talked about the reason why I like PepsiCo is because of the results, right? If I didn't have results, my clients wouldn't show up. They'd be out there hitting the internet saying this woman is a scam. This woman don't know what she's doing. I went and she's a total scam, right? You got to have the results. Same for you. When you have your resume and your LinkedIn profile, you want to show what? Your results, your achievements. This is how you get selected for opportunities. This is how you elevate just in life, period. When you go somewhere, you want to know that this is a good one. When I go to a restaurant, ain't nobody in there. I'm like, oh, okay. But if it's packed, then I got to stand in line. I'm okay with that. Because that means it's good. Same thing. We look at the reviews, right? When we're going to get our hair done, ladies, we look and see if we new to the area. I went to Dallas for New Year's Eve a few years ago and I had to get my hair done. I went and I Googled some reviews. I ended up going to, where'd I go? Ulta Salon, because the guy had great reviews. Right? Guys, when you're looking for the cars or the watches or what have you, you're looking for the reviews for that AP or for that Rolex or whatever y'all into, right? Same thing. You got to have the competence. You may be competent in doing the thing. Do you have the confidence to go with it? If they're asking you to speak up in your performance review and you're not doing it, they know you're competent and they're going to continue to give you the work, but you're not going to get elevated. You want that speaking engagement. They see you. They know you're competent in doing that. But you haven't shared with them anywhere else you've been or what else you've done. All right. I done drove that point home, right? I done drove that home. What y'all think? Was this good? Was this helpful? If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you like it, hit the like button. Hit the like button for me. Was this helpful? Did we learn something? We always want to walk away. Y'all know I say this all the time. We want to walk away knowing a little bit of something that we didn't know before we got here. What's the point of us getting together, spending our time together, right? Was this good? Was this informative? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Listen, I talked about the Discord because it's a community, it's private, it's a safe space. It's important that we're connected. And purposely, we start talking about it. I know Clifford brought it up, and it triggered me to remember why I created the Discord in the first place. It's something I read. I can't find the article. Every time I think about it, I get frustrated with myself because it was so good, and it made me think about all of you all. And I know holidays are coming up, and this is the time, and there's a lot happening right now, right? And so if you have a space to go to, even if sometimes I know that there's people that just watch and they're behind the scenes, and that's okay. I admit I used to get frustrated and think, I want people to engage, but I have to think about myself as well, because I haven't always been as vocal as I am now. So I put on the calendar for the 16th, I think it is, the day before my daughter's birthday. I think it's a Thursday. It's called Pitch and Propel. So some of us have ideas. So I'm kind of veering off and I'm talking about it. Some of us have ideas for businesses. Some of us have thoughts about doing different things. It's an opportunity for you to leverage your community that you're in. And we're going to ensure that it's a safe space. You don't have to worry about any judgment or anything like that. Trust me. I'm real nice and friendly on here. But if I got to put you out, I will. I don't mind. And we got some moderators, and we got some hidden police officers up in there, right? So don't worry about anything. But if you want to pitch an idea to the community, right, and get some feedback, right? I'll talk about this on our on the launch. So once you get in the community, go ahead and RSVP for that. And my goal is, I want to get everybody accustomed to this, because I have to sometimes slow myself down, because I know coming from a structured corporate environment, it is scary. It is scary. And if you're not sure how this works, or you're not quite comfortable, and you're not accustomed to it, it can be a little intimidating. And I do recognize that. But again, I'm here as an example to you. If I did it, you darn sure can do it, right? And the reason why I want you all, any of you, and I've heard from you, so don't tell me you don't have any ideas, because I've heard from a lot of you that have great ideas. It's going to be an opportunity, not on the 16th. We'll just talk about what the format is and what it's going to look like for you to practice. And you're in a safe space. You don't have to worry about anybody stealing your ideas. I got you covered on that, right? Because I'm going to talk to you before you put it out there. And we're going to make sure whoever's in the room will have the NDAs. Okay. So I want you to have a safe space. So now everybody's not an entrepreneur, everybody doesn't want to get into business. I get that. But if you do, this will be a space for you to pitch. Now, my goal for this is to get us used to this, warm up to the idea, right? And maybe second quarter, third quarter of next year, I can invite some investors in for some of you, right? There's a lot of people right now, you would be surprised, that have a lot of money that they need to park somewhere. They call it that, right? There's a lot of baby boomers right now that retired during COVID, and they got a lot of money and they don't have anywhere to put it. So they want to invest in people. So this is the time. We talked about, you heard the lady, I didn't say it. She talked about courage. If there's ever a time and you've been wondering, how can I get this? How can I get into this business? I don't have any money. How do I get this started? I have this idea. I want to leave corporate. I'm sick of 9 to 5. What can I work on while I'm working? This is an opportunity for you. When I came back in June and I shared the email and I said, I want to provide solutions, I meant it. And hopefully you all have been seeing it. I'm not just talking it. Hopefully you see me actually walking the walk, giving you solutions, giving you opportunities. Okay. So if that's you, I invite you to come into the Discord, sign up for that event. And I'm going to share more about what that's going to look like. This is an opportunity. Now, the world is moving fast. We have to move fast as well, right? Again, even if you feel uncomfortable and a little nervous, we're going to push through all that. I got your back. I got your back. The other event we're having next Monday is Money Market Monday. I'm going to do that on a monthly basis, where I'll give you opportunities with the holidays coming up. And again, We're in the fourth quarter, heading around to 2024. I'm just going to share with you some side hustles, some low barrier to entry business opportunities with little or no money down. You do with it what you want. These are not my businesses. I have nothing to do with them. I just know people that's doing them, and I know people that's making money. I'm just going to give them to you. You do with them what you want. All right. So that's going to be next Monday. So go ahead and sign up for that if you're already in the community. I put those on there, but there's more to come. I just want to fill up. I want there to be stuff to do. I want it to be engaging. The only thing we ask you all when you come in there is to introduce yourself so we know who's in the community. Put your picture on. Thank you for those that have done that. Thank you. Thank you. We're talking about a culture, right? Of what did it say? A culture of mentorship, a culture, we can call it, what we want to call it, Tasha, a culture of something, right? That's what we want, so that we're engaging. Y'all ain't waiting on Kelly to do. Everybody's engaging with each other and doing the thing, whatever we got to do in there. This is our space. It's made. I'm paying it. I'm footing the bill for this. Make it your own. Get out of it what you can. If you know you got a presentation coming up at work, get in there with somebody. Hey, Robin. Hey, Janelle. Let's hop on a quick. Y'all can do sidebars. Let me present this to you. What y'all think? Can I add this? Right? Use each other, y'all. Leverage each other. Share LinkedIn's or connect. There's inboxes in there. You can reach out to somebody. Angela she just gave you a bunch of information. She was a mentor, and she's super sharp. Super, super sharp. All of y'all are. We all have something to offer. But if a closed mouth, what, y'all? We got to get out of that. I know we introverts, and I know we're not accustomed to talking and sharing. It's time out for that. Too much happening. If you do not see the sign of the times, y'all don't want me to go there, do you? If you don't see it, I ain't gonna finish that sentence. But if you don't see what's happening, if you ever gonna do anything, let's get it done now. I'm creating the space, and you don't have to do it in this space. I just take the information. If you know someone, invite them, y'all. I'm shocked at how many. We halfway to 100 almost. We're almost at 60 some people. And we only been at it 2 weeks in that Discord. That's a sign. That tells me we all want community. All right. You need the side hustles. I got you, hon. I got you. Thank you, Ange. Thanks. The confidence is key and a reminder of what I need to develop more in. See, I love it. Very transparent and vulnerable. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Susan said it's great. Okay, Paula, thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Listen, come on into the Discord. And yeah, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. We're gonna move through this quarter, this month. We're gonna head into 2024. We don't want to be the same. We don't want to be the same next year. We want to be better. We want to be better as much as we can. And we're going to help each other do that. Camille said, I've signed up for Discord, but now it won't allow me to send messages. What am I doing? It may not be you, hon. Sometimes it's with people tell you it's real finicky. I'll find you. When I log off here, I'm going to go in there. Okay. And I'll find you and I'll make sure and look at your permissions. Okay. And so I'll probably ping you in there. Okay. You're welcome, Janelle. You're welcome, hon. Good to see you. Please send me a link to join the community. Go to IamKellyJackson.com. I'll drop it in the link. IamKellyJackson.com is the very first link. I am Kelly with an I. It's the very first link. There you go, hon. All right, y'all. Have a great night. You're welcome, Camille. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next week. We'll do it again. Same time, same bat channel. Have a great week, y'all. See ya.